Right. So thank you very much for joining. My name is Channa. I am from Nanaska. So these are today is an introductory session. Today is an introductory session to strategic level case study. I'll take only 1 hour. I'll take only 1 hour and we'll do a reasonable introduction. I'll give you enough time to ask questions, clarify any doubts, but let's give a good explanation of what this strategic level case study is all about and what we are going to do with you. What we are going to do with you. So as you know, in SEMA, there is a operational level, management level, strategic level, operational level, management level, strategic level. Each level, there are 3 theory subjects available. Each level, there is 1 case study available. Therefore, 3 levels, each level, 3 theory subjects and a case study. In total, 9 theory subjects and 3 case studies. You are at the last level now, strategic level. You are at the last level case study, which is a strategic level case study. That is where you are. So what's the game? Game is simple. SEMA will give you a pre-scene document. What do you mean by a pre-scene document? It's about 25 pages long usually. Details about a company, its industry, its products, directors, how do they operate, financials, processes available, problems they have, what's happening in the market, what's in the newspapers, what about the share price. All those details about the company are given in the pre-scene. You and me are supposed to read the pre-scene, understand the pre-scene, go to the exam. When you go to the exam, there's a 3 hour paper. In the 3 hour paper, you get 3 emails from your boss. Each email you have 1 hour to reply. 3 emails from your boss are the 3 exam papers. When you do reply to that email, your answer is the exam answer. That's what the exam day situation in the strategic level case study is all about. So it's entirely online, 3 different sections. Each section means an email from the boss. You got to reply to each email. First email you finish, then you go to second email, then you go to third email. That is how it works. That's how it works. So there's a pre-scene that is given by SEMA. You got to have a reasonable understanding what that pre-scene is all about. You got to have a reasonable understanding what that pre-scene is all about, because you should know that company, because exam day all the questions will be based on that pre-scene document. Will be based on that pre-scene document. So you need to know the company fairly very well. So now this is the company that we are talking about. This is the company that we are talking about. Right? So I will not go into much details of here. So don't worry. You don't need to worry too much about the industry. But we are, our name is Hotaya. We are a quoted public company and we are manufacturing domestic heating equipments, mainly gas boilers and air source heat pump. Domestic heating equipments. That is what we manufacture. We have gas boilers and air source heat pumps. So what do you mean by domestic heating equipment? Well, depending on where you live, you go to Sweden, I'm just taking an example, or Germany, take whatever the countries, take Sweden for example. There is a winter period available. You will be able to see the sun only for 2 hours of the day. You will be able to see the sun only for 2 hours of the day. During that period, the light is available for few hours, otherwise entire day is dark and very, very cold. You can't live in your house unless you have domestic heating equipments available. So that's what we do. We manufacture domestic heating equipments. Now, how does these domestic heating equipment works? So if you go to Sweden or Germany, actually, after this case study was issued, I was there in Sweden and Germany, so I was able to go and study this industry in Sweden and Germany, how it works, because I was there physically after the case study was issued. So when you go into a house in Sweden, either underground you have a heating mechanisms available. So you have the heating mechanism. On top of that, your flow is laid. So under the flow of your house, the heating equipments are there. The heat comes in, the warm comes into the house, equally spreading all the rooms, equally spreading all the living areas. Living areas and the rooms will get warm. You will get the warm air coming in. So the winter you can happily live, coldness will go away, you will get the warm, you will get a higher temperature coming in. So it might be underground, and some houses also it's in the walls. So the system is behind the walls. So it can be underground, it can be in the walls, but the idea of the domestic heating equipment is to keep your house warm. These are critical product for the countries where there is a winter season available. I have experienced it. I have gone and seen how they equipped it, how they build the house. Now, now again, please be aware, these domestic heating equipments are not purchased by the individual house owners. Can I repeat? These domestic heating equipments are not purchased by individual house owners. In the sense, when you build a house, you don't go and buy domestic heating equipment and you are going to fix it. That's not allowed. All these countries, like in the case study. So, what is happening in Sweden and Germany, what I saw in my own eyes in Sweden and Germany, is exactly what is in the case study, right? So, I'm trying to tell you what I've seen related to the case study. Even in the case study, it says these heating equipments can be fixed by qualified engineers only. So in the Sweden and Germany I saw, there are people who are qualified, certified to fix your heating equipment. They are the people who will buy it, come and fix it for your house. So if you're going to do the house, you do the initial work and you invite the heating equipment guys to come in. They'll fix the heating equipment. Then only you will put the flow. So there are outside guys. So my customers are not the users. My customers are not the individual households. My customers are certified heating equipment installation companies who are authorized to fix your house with the proper heating equipment. So there are various type of heating equipments available. There are various type of heating equipments available. We manufacture two kind of heating equipments. One is called, you can go there and see that, right? You manufacture two kind of heating equipment. One is gas boilers, other one is air source heat pumps. Gas boilers and air source heat pumps. So this is the industry. Now you might think this industry is not very easy. No, this is a very simple industry. I have the first-hand experience about the industry, so I can share that with you. So now where are we? There is a pre-scene given by SEMA. You are supposed to read the pre-scene and understand the pre-scene. You can't do that on your own. You can't do that on your own. You cannot do that on your own. You can't go through the pre-scene on your own. Therefore, at Nanaska, we give you a document called KYP. The name of the document is KYP, which stands for Know Your Pre-Scene, and I'll show you what KYP looks like for you. This is our KYP. I hope you can see the KYP on the screen in 1 minute. I'm sure you will be able to see the KYP on the screen in 1 minute. Can you see it now? Can you see it now? So you don't need to read the pre-scene on your own. Look at this KYP. Know your pre-scene. This will give you the full details about the KYP. So look at this. This is very interesting document, nicely organized, interesting to read. I'm sure you will have a little fun with this document. So name of the company is Hotel. Company type, a quoted company. Oh my gosh, we are a public listed company. We are a QPC quoted public company. We are a quoted public. I work as a CEO of a public listed company. I work as a CEO of a public listed company. I am aware of the additional troubles that we do have by working as a CEO of a public listed company. So always strategic level case studies also, always strategic level case studies also about a quoted public company. And the exam day issues are very, very similar to what I see at my office on daily basis. The impact on the share price, issues with the dividends, issues with the shareholders, issues with their involvement, issues with non-executive directors, good, bad, all those will be there on the exam day. They are the games that I'll have to play on daily basis in my office, in my workplace. I can share them with you. I'm sure you will find it interesting. We are in a country called Nolan. Nolan is a developed country. We are in a country called Nolan. Nolan is a developed country. My industry is domestic heating. Now you can understand what it is. Manufacturing and sale of domestic heating product. We do manufacturing and we do sale of domestic heating product. So what are the products that we manufacture? I mean, okay, when you say domestic heating product, there are various domestic heating products. What do we manufacture? Domestic gas boilers and air source heat pump. Air source heat pumps. We have two separate production facilities and one head office. So this is what we manufacture. This is what we sell. This is what we sell. Read this. Hotel operate on B2B basis. We do business to business operations. We don't do B2C. We don't do business to customer. Because in those countries, it's illegal. It's not allowed for you to buy your domestic heating equipment and fix it in your house. Fix it in your house is not done. Is not allowed. Is not allowed. So very similar situation in the pre-scene as well. So now, I don't want to go into the technical areas for the time being. I don't want to. But you will see so much of details given in the KYP. So we are saying the difference between a heat pump and difference between a boiler. We are explaining to you what a heat pump is, what a boiler is. Well, I don't know whether you understand the difference, but I don't think you need to understand it on the very first day, because when you go through the KYP, by the way, I forgot, you don't need to go through the KYP on your own. There are videos available on the KYP. There are videos available on the KYP for you to watch. So your life is much easier. Therefore, you don't need to understand the difference between heat pump and boiler now. You can go and watch the KYP videos. However, I can give you a brief. Boiler will generate heat. Listen carefully and see. Boiler will generate heat. Boiler will generate heat. Which means in the boiler, you get the normal water. We boil the normal water. It becomes hot. That hot water will go around your house, releasing the warm. So boiler will create the heat. Heat pump will not create the heat. Heat pump technology is nothing else but air conditioner technology. I don't know up to what level you know. If you look at an air conditioner, it will not generate the cold. It will not generate the cold. Air conditioner will not generate the cold. Air conditioner will look at the room, the temperature is high. Air conditioner will take the air from somewhere where the air is cold. Air conditioner will take the air from somewhere where the air is cold. They take the cold air, put into the room. They take the warm air from the room and put it out. That is what air conditioner would do. Air conditioner will not make cold air, no. Boilers will do that, but air conditioners won't do that. Very similar technology that we are talking about when you call a heat pump. When you call a heat pump. So what kind of organizations are we? Wow. We are a fairly large organization. I have a boiler factory of 3,800 staff. So I have two different factories for the two different products. I have two different factories for the two different products. Right? I have two different factories for the two different products. The first factory, boiler factory, I have 3,800 employees. I have 3,800 employees. I have a separate heat pump factory which has 2,400 employees. I have a head office. My gosh. Head office has another 2,600 staff. Right? So now this is what we are. This is what we are. This is what our organization is. So look at KYP. I'm sure you will agree with me. KYP is done in a nice way for you to understand our organization. Net profit margin 12.8. Operating profit margin 16.9. Gear in is 32.9. Likewise, interestingly, we have given all the details given in the pre-scene. So our starting point to learn with you, the first document that you and me will work together is called the KYP. I'm not going to do it now. I'm not going to do it, but I'm trying to explain to you. First thing is the KYP. You can't learn about the company. You can't learn about the company unless you know the industry very well. Unless you know the industry very well, you can't learn about the company. For you to learn about the industry, you don't need to Google all the documents 24 hours. You don't need to, you don't need to, you don't need to, you don't need to Google for long hours. We will give you a document called KYI. The first one is called KYP. Second one is called KYI. KYI stand for what? KYP, know your proceed. KYI stand for what? KYI stand for what? I mean, make a guess. Make a guess. Make a guess. KYI stand for what? KYI is there for you to learn the industry. That is what you call know your industry. That is what you call know your industry. So there is a KYI available. Now KYI, you don't need to go through page by page. If you have a reasonable idea about the KYI, that will be good enough. That will be good enough. If you have a great idea about the, if you have a basic idea about the KYI, that will be good enough. So here we go with the KYI. Here we go with the KYI. So you will have some interesting details about the products that we are talking about, the industry that we are talking about. And this will tell you how the industry actually works. This tells you how the industry actually works. So you might even see the pictures. You see, this is where the hot air or the cold air will come in, right? So this is where in the flow that they have fixed, right? So there are various options available. Now, these are the first two documents that we wanted to go through with you. These are the first two documents that we wanted to go through with you. KYP and KYI. KYI, you don't need to go through page by page, but if you have an overall good idea, that will be good enough. If you have an overall good idea, that will be good enough. Right? Now, that's the starting point. So, first thing in our course is called KYP. Second thing in our course is called KYI. Second thing in our course is called KYI. Right? There are 10 steps in our course. KYP, KYI, 8 more to go. Third one is called DD. Fourth one is called GR. Fifth one is called core activities. Third one is called deep dive. DD stands for deep dive, where we do an in-depth analysis of the pre-seed. We do an in-depth analysis of the pre-seed. I hope you are clear. In the KYP, we just try to learn about the pre-seed. In the KYP, we are not going to challenge the pre-seed. We learn what the pre-seed is all about. When you go to the deep dive, it's not like that. We do an in depth analysis of the pre scene. We challenge the details given in the pre scene when you try to go for the deep dive. So, deep dive is very interesting situation, therefore, right? So, I'll not go into the details of the deep dive. However, deep dive means in depth analysis of the game, in-depth analysis of the game. So I don't want to show it to you, but just to take only 2 minutes, I'll give you a quick analysis of what the deep dive is. So there are so many areas that we are talking about. We are talking about how the heat pumps work. We are talking about our company. We are talking about a lot of details about the heat pump, the industry, and all that. A lot of details are being discussed here. A lot of details are being discussed here. Other than deep dive, we have something called GR. GR stand for ground rules. GR stand for ground rules. GR stand for ground rules. Ground rule is basic rule that you need to follow when you are passing C. What you should do, what you should not do. Your typing speed is critical. Huh? That is coming under ground rules. Why your typing speed is critical? Because you have 3 hours on the exam day to answer 3 different emails. Your typing speed is very, very critical. Your typing speed is very, very critical. Each email you have 1 hour to answer. Each email you have 1 hour to answer. Each email you need about 6 minutes to read. You need 6 minutes to read. You need about another 15 minutes. 15 minutes to think. Another 15 minutes to plan. So 21 minutes are gone. 21 minutes are gone. How many minutes left? When the 21 minutes are gone for a one section, how many minutes are left? Because in one section you have 1 hour, 60 minutes. So you remove 21 minutes. How many minutes are left? How many minutes are left? So approximately you have 40 minutes more. Approximately you have 40 minutes. Approximately you have 40 minutes. So that means you have 40 minutes to type. You have 40 minutes to type. How many words you can type will depend on your WPM, which is words per minute. Will depend on your WPM, which is words per minute. Which is words per minute. So your WPM matters a lot. So I want you to type 20 minutes a day for 4 days for the next week session. Type 20 minutes a day. One day type 20 minutes for 4 days. Calculate your WPM and come for the next session. Then we will get an idea about where your WPM is. But type something you know very well. Not that you're going to think and type. You type something you know. Type the pre-scene. Right? So I'm not going to go into detail, but that's the section called ground rules. This exam is very interesting exam. 3 hour paper, 3 different sections. Each section is for 1 hour. Each section is an email from your boss, which you need to reply. All the emails are about the pre-scene given. You need to reply to the pre-scene given. This is the classic situation available. The industry this time is new industry. We can learn a lot from this industry. And I have gone through about this industry physically, personally in Germany and Singapore, Germany and Sweden. So you can learn the industry. It'll be fun to learn the industry. Right? So I've been talking for 25 minutes. I have 10 different steps in the course. First one is KYP, KYI, deep dive, ground rules. The fifth one is called co-activities. That is fun. Co-activities is real fun. Co-activities is real fun. In the co-activities, SEAM has identified 5 co-activities you will do when you do a job in the real world. All the questions will be based on those five core activities. All your exam paper will be based on those five core activities. Let me now introduce you to the five core activities available. Before that, any questions? Since I've been talking for 25 minutes, we are going to take only 1 hour today. I've been talking for 25 minutes. Let's take 5 minutes for you to ask or clarify things. Or if everything is clear, you can say everything is clear. If everything is good, you can say so far so good. If there are questions to be asked, please do. Questions can be related to anything. Please start now. Please start now. So far so good. That looks like a standard answer. That looks like a standard answer. That looks like okay. Now, now, very good question. How many tasks we will get in one section? That no one knows. Clearly more than one. Clearly more than one. Right? Clearly more than one. Right? I'll explain that now. But before you go there, let's have a general chat. Before you show you the five core activities, let's have a general chat. This is not a difficult paper to pass. This is an easy paper to pass. This is an easy paper to pass. Why? Most of the questions are not based on theory. Most of the questions are very, very practical questions. As a CEO, I face to many different things during the day, every day. Those are the things that are there on the exam paper. Those are the things that are there in the exam paper. Very practical situations. In the sessions when I do in my mock papers, we include the things that I face to in the real life as a CEO. They are the points that are available on the exam day as well. So it's a very practical paper. Of course, there are 3 theory subjects available. How do you learn the 3 theory subjects? What are those 3 theory subjects? If you are a FLP student, how do you manage those 3 theory subjects? Are the theory subjects difficult? Can there be direct questions? Don't worry. There are 3 theory subjects available, E3, P3, F3. All 3 theory subjects are done by me. I will teach you all 3 theory subjects. That is actually step number 6. Step number 6 is what we call refresh theory. Step number 6 is called refresh theory. I will teach you E3, P3, F3 there. However, if you are from the FLP, you need to pass the core competencies. I hope you will quickly do and pass. Don't worry about the knowledge, because when I start my case study classes, I'll teach you E3, P3, F3 separate. The all 3 subjects will be done by me. Don't worry. You will not have any doubts left once you do that. Don't worry about it. But you need to pass the FLP. That's a self-assessment. That's not an exam. No? So don't tell me it's very difficult. That's a self-assessment. But if you have any difficulties, even in the self-assessment, I am here to help you. I have been told by my lecturers you have world-class attendance for all the FLP sessions. Is it right? I have been told by all my lecturers you have the world-class attendance. Everyone comes for the FLP refresh theory sessions. Well, you need to complete that. Anyway, don't worry about the theory areas, because I'll be covering that in my sessions. I'll be covering that in my sessions. Right? So there's a question. FLP, F3, you have a doubt. So let me know what the doubts are. Maybe I can do a half an hour session with you to answer your questions. We can do that. And self-assessment, if you're difficult, we'll do it. We'll do it. Okay. Now typing, I don't know whether your typing is very, very slow. I don't know whether your typing is very, very fast. If you can type 22 words a minute, good enough. If you can type 22 words a minute, good enough. without thinking, in the sense you can't type without thinking, but you type something that you know. You know something, you continue to type. That is what you need to see. If your typing speed is slow, we will give you a different strategy to pass. If your typing speed is very high, we will give you entirely a different strategy to pass. So, but we want to know what your typing speed is. That is why you should type 4 days for the next week, every day 20 minutes, Christmas Day more, Christmas, you can type about Santa Claus, right? For 20 minutes, Christmas Day more, and next week we can see what your WPM. Don't worry, your WPM may be high, your WPM may be low. We'll tell you the different strategies available. We'll tell you the different strategies available. Do you have to draw diagrams, tables on the exams? No, my dear. No diagrams, no tables. Are at an advantage sitting for this case study looking at the variance form A? Not really. Not really. Not really. It's a different game. It's a different game. Okay, coming back. Now, I don't know whether you were concentrating or not. Were you all concentrating or you all were doing something else? Were you all concentrating? Were you all concentrating? You're not even saying yes. You're not even saying yes. Okay. So I'm going to ask questions now. I'm going to ask questions. I'm going to see how many people will give you the right answer in 5 seconds. How many people will give the right answer in 5 seconds? Okay. On the exam day, how many questions are available? How many sections are available on the exam day? Very slow. Oh, not bad. 3. Very good. Okay. Each section is for how many hours? Each section is for how many hours? Very good. Very good. What is the expected WPM, words per minute, on the exam day? What is the expected WPM, words per minute on the... Very good. These guys are listening. Okay. How many steps are there in our course? How many steps are there in our course? Very good. What is the 5th step? What is the 5th step? What is the 5th step? Wrong. Not deep dive. The 5th step is not ground rule. The 5th step is the co-activities. 5th step is the co-activities. What do you mean co-activities? Why it is the 5th step? It is the 5th step because there are 5 co-activities available. It is the 5th step because there are 5 co-activities available. What do you mean by the co-activities? Well, we can discuss it later when you go to the co-activities. However, we can do a quick review now. We can do a quick review. On the exam day, there are 5 co-activities available. They are the things that you do in the real world. Develop business strategy, co-activity 1. Evaluate business ecosystem and business environment, co-activity 2. Recommend financing strategies. Recommending financing strategies. Entire F3 theory part, co-activity C. Evaluate and mitigate risk, co-activity D. Recommend and maintain sound control environment, risk management, co-activity E. There are 5 co-activities, A, B, C, D, E. A, B, C, D, E. There are 5 co-activities available. I don't understand. 5 co-activities, 3 different sections. 3 sections, 5 co-activities. 3 sections, 5 co-activities. No problem. Each section will have more than 1 co-activity tester. Each section will have more than 1 co-activity tester. Each section will have more than 1 co-activity tester. And what is the weightage of the co-activities? Each co-activity, what is the weightage on the exam day? They are equally weighted. The weightage is equal. The chances of you getting a question from co-activity A is similar to getting a question from co-activity B and is similar to getting a question from co-activity C, D, E. Weightage is 15 to 25% weightage. 15 to 25% weightage. Range 15 to 25. So you know very well, they can't give you 25% from each co-activity for 5, no, man. They can't. If they give 25% from each co-activity into 5, we'll have 125. You can't. Total marks is 100. And they can't give all 5 co-activities from 15%. 15 into 5 is 75. Therefore, some co-activities they will give 15, some co-activities they will give 25%, some 20, 17, 22, 15 to 25 in between. 15 to 25 in between. So these are the 5 co-activities available. In my course, there are 10 steps available. In my course, there are 10 steps available. KYP, KYI, deep dive, ground rules, 5 co-activities, 5th one, 6th one, refresh theory. We are talking about the 5th one now, which is the 5 co-activities available. So we can explain these co-activities later, but when you say develop business strategy, not very clear, no? Develop business strategy is very, very broad. Develop business strategy, very broad topic. Don't worry, don't worry. Develop strategy is too broad. Therefore, we have divided the co-activity number 1 into subsections. Assessment outcomes. It is divided into 4 assessment outcomes. I can evaluate strategic options. Evaluate strategic option. I can recommend strategic decisions. In the world, there is a problem. People don't like gas boilers now. Gas boilers will issue carbon dioxide to the external environment. Carbon dioxide is not good. And the world temperature levels are going up. Global warming, not good. Therefore, each and every country is trying to reduce gas boiler production. I'll tell you some numbers. UK, United Kingdom, England has decided selling of the gas boilers will be prohibited from 2025. Selling of the gas boilers will be prohibited in the country from 2025. They already passed the rules in the parliament. The same thing is even given in the pre-scene. Pre-scene also say we need to reduce the manufacturing of the gas boilers. That's not environment friendly, blah, blah, blah. So very similar to the real world. Now, therefore, we have decided to go into solar power based heating, domestic heating equipment. Solar power based domestic heating equipment. Is it a good thing to do? Evaluate that. I can evaluate strategic options. I can recommend strategic decisions. That will be covered under the co-activity A. 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 So don't worry, when you hear the word co-activity A, it looks broader. But co-activity A is again divided into sub-areas. I can evaluate potential acquisition opportunities available. Like what? Now I have heat pumps installed in various different houses. Now what could happen is someone might hack into my heat pumps. My gosh, what do you mean by that? Someone might hack into my heat pumps. Someone can hack into our cars, right? Cars are like computers. Someone can hack into your car. If they hacked into your car, they will control your car. There's a movie on that, right? Can you remember? All the vehicles are suddenly drivers are losing the control. All the vehicles are hacked and all the vehicles are taken to one side to kill the president. You watched that movie, right? If you're not, let's watch it. Let's watch it in the course, not now, right? So they might hack into my heat pumps and they might control the heat in the houses. Suddenly heat is going up, suddenly heat is coming down. Therefore, we are going to buy a cybersecurity company. Is it a good thing to buy a cybersecurity company? Can you please evaluate this acquisition decision? They are in the core activity. They are in the core activity. So likewise, there are 5 core activities available. I'm not going to explain them one by one. We'll do that when it comes, right. Do we need to do calculations on the exam day? No, nothing, nothing. In my course, there are 10 steps available. KYP, KYI, deep dive, ground rules, 5 core activities, refresh theory is step number 6. Where I will teach you, where I will teach you E3, P3, and F3. Stage number 7 is called practice. This is fun. Practice means we will give you one mock paper. We'll give you one mock paper with the answer for you to get a feel about what kind of questions are there, 3 sections, how they are organized. All that is given to you. That is what you call the practice. Then we will give you mock number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 for you to do on our exam engine. That is what you call stage number 8, reality. Will give you many mocks for you to do on our exam engine. Our exam engine is one of the oldest exam engine used by the highest number of students, I am sure, in the entire world. And you will be able to do the mocks on the exam engine, very similar to see my exam engine. We mark and send you the feedback in 48 hours, and we do one-to-one review with you. We'll tell you, look here, this part you have done very well, this part you have done very bad, this part you are average, this is how you improve. Individual support will be given for all of you all whenever you do a mock paper. This is what you call the reality section. This is what you call the reality section. Section number 9 is called PIP. There are various things available in that. It's like a achar. It's a mix, it's a kottu. It's a mix of various things. There is a PI. There's a PM. And various other things available in that. What is PI? Possible issues. What is PM? Power mock. What is power mock? Even after I teach theories of E3, P3, F3, we give another power mock. Power mock will include all the E3, P3 questions, how they can be related to our case study. And the step number 2 is called one-to-one step number 10 is called, revision and one-to-one support. So those are the 10 steps available. Trust me, we are committed to ensure you pass. We will work really, really hard, not only myself, entire team and Nanaska, to ensure you pass. You also need to commit your time. We will start pushing you very hard. Have you done that? Have you done mock 3? Why not done mock 3? When you're going to do mock 3? We will start pushing you hard because you guys are working professionals. That push is generally good for you. If you don't like the push, you should tell on the very first day. Then we don't follow up with you. Then we'll ask you to do in your power. Otherwise, we'll keep pushing. My team will keep asking you, why you're not done mock 3, why you're not done mock 4, and so on. And we know, we are aware you guys are working professionals, so you don't need to read a lot of material. We'll give you the videos for you to watch. We'll have the sessions every week live, and we'll have a lot of videos coming in for you to watch. We got everything that you need to pass. You should commit some time from your side. We will commit everything that is needed from our side. Let's work together. I'm sure we can ensure you pass. Do the typing test for the next week so we can start with that. Next week, we'll look at the KYP and KYI. We'll give you many videos for you to watch about the KYP as well. I've taken 45 minutes, last 15 minutes to answer your questions. Starting now. Please type your questions. My name is Channa. I'm the CEO of a public listed company. So I've been teaching for this case study for years. I've been teaching this case study for years. I was on the SEMA Global Council in UK. So I will know how we should guide you, and we are committed to do that. And I'll do my best, you do your best. This will be the last SEMA exam ever in February 2023 that you're going to do. Please ask your question. Sir, for practice sessions of OTQ and FLP, do we have to read the entire study? No, you don't need to read the entire study material. We have some support courses, but if you have a challenge, why don't you send me a WhatsApp message? I'll help you. You have my number. Send me a WhatsApp message. Don't worry. I'll find a way to help you. Send me a WhatsApp. I'll find a way to help you. Nissan Salah, send me a WhatsApp message. I'll try to help you. Okay. Any more questions? No more questions? Can't be, no. I thought you will have some questions, right? No questions? Yeah, I given the number. Someone is calling me right away. Don't call. You will call me after the session. You have 15 minutes. How to get registered? Please do this right now. Please send an email to nanaska.com right now. Please send an email to nanaska.com right now. Please send an email to nanaska.com right now. They will help you to register. Send me a WhatsApp message as well. Receipt, I'm sure there is a discount. You can send that to Nanaska as well. Send to info@nanaska.com. I'm sure they will help you. Yes, there should be a discount for repeat. I don't have work experience. Can I be able to mesh the class? Yes. You got to have a good business common sense. That is the one that I will try to help you with. You got to think little differently. That is the one that I'll try to help you. Unfortunately, it's business sense. Unfortunately, it's common sense. More unfortunately, common sense is not very common. More unfortunately, common sense is not very common. That's the one that I try to help you with. That's the success story that we had so far. So this time, there's no need to be any other difference. Let's do it together and we'll ensure you pass. Okay. If no questions, we can say goodbye even. This is also same as MCS, right? We need to get more than 80. No. Yes, like MCS, but the pass mark is 60%. Pass mark is 60%. MCS and SCS are different. SCS is more unclear answers, more vague questions. Don't worry, we'll explain when we start. SCS is more straightforward, more clearer. SCS questions are little unclear. How to increase your practice experience for writing answers? You have 8 mocks. You have 8 mocks with us. I'm sure that will be good enough. And I'll go through all the 8 mocks with you. You don't need to do anything else. Will there be a challenge for those who are coming from CA, SEMA, Fast Track? Nothing like that. These are very practical paper. I am responsible to update you on the theory. I am responsible to teach you on the theory. Very practical paper. If you are coming from CA, there is no impact. I am CA as well. 60%. 60% out of 100. Yeah. 60%. 60 out of 100. Yes. 60 out of 100 is the pass mark. Don't worry about that 80. 80 is something else. I'll explain that 80 if you want. But the pass mark is 60%. Now in UK, they do it very differently. You pass for average paper if you get 60% of the marks. Guaranteed that. 80 is out of 150. So don't go by the 80. Pass mark is 60. But I'll tell you the trouble which people don't know. If the paper is slightly easy, pass mark will be 62. If the paper is slightly difficult, pass mark can be 57. Are you clear? Therefore, we don't publish pass mark as 60. Therefore, we can't give you marks. SEMA can't give you marks. That's why a scale score is given. 60%, I'm sure, is easy to get. We will help you to do that. Thank you very much, guys. As there are no more questions, we'll finish